All right. This is the second episode of the Triple Pay podcast. I'm Nick. And, Colby's on the bottom, and on the left, that's CJ. That's our buddy. We talked about him a little bit in the last episode, but he couldn't record with us. But he's here today. We're going to talk about our predictions for how the playoffs are going to turn out, how each division is going to finish up, and we're going to throw all our opinions together and talk about who we think is going to bring home the Commissioner's Trophy at the end of the year. All right, Colby, you want to start it off?
Yeah, I think we decided we were going to talk about the NL East first. Obviously, that's where all of us have some cheering rights and some bragging rights and stuff. Well, some of us do.
I don't have any rights.
We'll get into that in a little bit, but I think, even though we're Braves fans, I think this series this weekend has kind of put a damper on things for us Braves fans. I think that I think you got to give credit where credit's due. I think the Mets are just too strong down the stretch here. I'm not saying that the Braves can't catch them. I just think that the Mets will win the division. I think the Braves are, probably within 5 or 6 games at least, maybe closer than that. But
they're 6.5 back right now.
Yeah. I honestly don't know if I'm ready to give the Phillies a wild card spot though. So I definitely think
the Phillies are in the second wild card spot right now.
I know where they are right now, but I'm just
that depends when they get Harper back too.
Yeah, and they're getting Harper back. What do I want the Braves to face Bryce Harper in a 3-game series? Absolutely not.
I do.
That man will hit 500.
He said I do. Actually, it's according. I mean, if you go back to, I know he was an MVP last year. If you go back to last year's final season of the series,
the final series.
So,
he did struggle. He went 0 for 11 with 7 strikeouts or something like that. Something awful.
Yeah.
He may struggle, but then again, he also may have one of those series where he goes 10 for 15 with 4 homers and has 15 RBIs. Like he's just.
I mean, he ain't a 2-time MVP for no reason, boys.
Yeah, I mean he's a generational talent. He's probably gonna end up being a Hall of Famer if he can get some of the accolades with 2 MVPs.
Castellanos even picks up with what he's done last year.
Yeah, if Castellanos can pick it up a little bit, they're a serious contender for.
I don't even think they really need Castellanos or Schwarber. I think one of those guys gets hot, they do it.
Schwarber's already hot.
Schwarber can get hot enough to carry your offense for
He had a home run every 4 games. That's all I really need from him. So
yeah, he will. I guarantee
Otto hit 4 in a row.
Hoskins
he's hit a home run 4 games in a row.
So you guys are both in on the Phillies in the wild card, and I'm out on the Phillies.
I'm in, and I'm in. I still think that the Braves win the division. The Mets finish second.
You're crazy.
I still think both teams. I still think both teams win over 95 games, and I think the final series that the Braves play against the Mets at home, the next to last series of the year. Whoever, it's probably going to come down to who wins in those games. Those head-to-head matchups is what's going to probably decide that division at the end of the year, I think.
I mean, y'all did just play, 5 games? And that's after the trade deadline. Y'all really can't make any moves.
Yeah.
I will say I understand where CJ's coming from on what have you done for me lately. So even being a Braves fan, I know that we can.
The Mets
I can't knock the Mets because we can't beat them. They do get some fluky hits, but it's just
they got pop, man.
They win games. They find ways to win games, and you got to respect it. They're a good baseball team. Yeah, and they're no one to sleep on.
I mean, even if the Mets win, I definitely think the Braves hold the top wild card spot. In my opinion.
For sure. I think the Braves are the top wild card spot or the second division winner.
I think either if San Diego gets hot, they can maybe take that.
Yeah, but San Diego's lost 3 straight right now, and so they ain't even caught any ground.
Yeah, but they ain't played with Juan and all that crap yet, so they just got to get on a roll. Once they get on a roll, because Snell's been shoving. So
if they can get Tatis back as well, that would be.
He'll be back in a week, I think, 2 weeks now.
I mean, you guys want to just go ahead and talk about that division next, then?
Might as well.
I mean, we don't have to talk about the Marlins or the Nationals season. We won't talk about
it's just going to be Marlins.
Don't talk about my Nationals, bro.
Just going to be Marlins 4 Nationals 5. It's just
we're going to be poverty for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
we're going to be for sale for the next 8 years. Like, we're not going to. No one's going to want to buy that crap.
So we're headed out west, are we?
Well, I am. Go Padres.
Go Padres.
The now Padres fan, yeah.
Nick, who's winning it? Who's winning the division?
Oh, the NL West?
Yeah.
Oh, the Dodgers for sure.
Considering the Dodgers are 15.5 up.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dodgers they're running away with it.
So what you're telling me is Joey Gallo is gonna lead them to victory there. That's what you're telling me.
Dude, I could see him hitting some big homers. I could just see him running into a couple.
Nick, for him to hit homers, he has to make contact with the ball.
Hey, didn't we talk about the other day that he was already batting 400 with the Dodgers?
He's 2 for 5, and one of the hits is off a position player. Ain't working.
400 is 400.
400.
Joey Gallo.
is 400.
Joey Gallo.
No,
Give me the Joey
no.
Gallo
DJ,
second
could you
half
hit
card.
400 in the majors? Could you hit 400 in the majors?
I could hit better than Joey Gallo could probably.
Nah, I don't think so.
I could bunt better. They banned the shift, and he's still batting under 100.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, anyway.
I think it's for sure. I think it's for sure the top three are. It's going to be LA, San Diego, and then San Francisco is going to miss the playoffs.
they should have sold, man. They should have sold.
And in the last podcast, me and Cole, we talked about how we didn't like what the Giants did because they didn't buy anything and they didn't sell anything.
They sold off like role players,
but they didn't. If they were going to sell, they should have gotten rid of Jock Peterson and Carlos Rodon, who would be huge.
Exactly. I thought Peterson would move again for sure. He's a piece that just everybody seems to want at the time.
He has playoff experience. He's been in the playoffs almost every year of his career, if not every single year of his career.
He's a spark player too.
Yeah,
big time spark player. So
I'm surprised the Braves didn't trade for Jock. I
thought they would again too. I really thought they would.
I thought there was possibility for the reunion. I wouldn't have minded. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But no, that one's a pretty cut and dry division. I think you're just, you know that the Padres are good enough to be in at least the second wild card spot. My opinion.
And I know they added all their new players too, so they got to gel and get used to hitting on each other and stuff. So I mean, once that happens, they'll take off a little better. I think I know that they were like 15.5 back right now. They'll probably finish around like maybe 10 or 9 back, maybe. I think because they'll catch a few wins in the Dodgers.
But I mean, honestly, 9 back of what the Dodgers might end up with is probably still 95 wins, which is a really good season. Though. Like you can't complain about 95 wins. You just can't.
They won. I think they just won. They won 8 in a row.
Oh yeah, dude. Y'all want to talk about somebody getting hot? The Cardinals are getting hot, sweeping the Yankees. They've passed
going to the Central.
Straight to the Central.
Brewers. They've passed the Brewers already.
I think we're all in agreement. So like even me and Nick talked about it the other day. The Cardinals lineup is just something that the Brewers can't match. So
and I said this the other day. I think CJ is also a believer in this, that good hitting will hit good pitching before bad hitting but hits bad pitching. Yeah, and I think that's exactly why the Braves beat the Brewers last year, because the Brewers pitching should be outmatched, but the Braves have a very, very good offense, and they could score just enough runs that the Brewers couldn't score enough because they have no offense whatsoever.
Yeah,
if you're scoring 5 or 6 runs against the Brewers, you're probably going to beat them. Like that's just how it is.
You said what, CJ?
I said Rowdy to Liz is their whole offense.
Rowdy to Liz.
Dude, Rowdy was
been irrelevant in about 3 years. So.
He was wrecking home runs off of us.
Now I will say this is where we differ the most, because I know what Milwaukee looks like on paper. I know that they look like some pitching that's got to get hot and a lineup that just really isn't it as far as the offense goes, just like you just said. But for some reason, these boys always get it done and get into the postseason. Mm-hmm. This is the team that I think takes that third wild card spot from the Phillies.
Okay.
I think that I see the Brewers doing it. That's the only team that could possibly do it.
I mean, I know Hader's not like a big end all be all, but if they still had a Hader, I'd definitely be more on that train. But the fact that
I think if the Brewers
chips,
I think if the Brewers still had Hader, I probably have them going to the division series. I have them probably winning the Central and then beating whoever the last wild card team is.
Yeah,
I think I'd really And they've had the injury bug this year. You know, Peralta hasn't been healthy all year, and Woodruff spent a long time on the IL.
Yeah,
you know, it's been Woodruff carrying that a lot. You know.
They got a couple guys that need to get comfortable back in that rotation there. But like I said, I just feel like they always find their way in. I know they don't have Hader. That's a few games right there that you could have won, that you could have locked up
Yep.
with Hader that you're not going to have now. But I still think they find the way in because the Phillies have always been the team that finds their way out when the time comes.
Right.
So,
They do all, and the same thing with the Mets though. Honestly, they just seem to find a way to choke, like do something foolish and just lose games.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Mets, I think, are too good to lose.
Yeah, I know. I will say
They might choke in
this
October or
this seems like a different Mets teams than the recent years. Like
Yeah.
this seems
Man,
like
how much money they spend in free agency?
I mean, dude, yeah, like you got to respect them, dude. They've got great ownership. Cohen's ready to spend the money to win.
Yeah.
You know.
So I think where most of us are saying Dodgers 1, then Mets 2, and then Cardinals 3 is what we're saying.
Yeah, probably. I'm still
Atlanta,
Braves too. I still
San Diego.
believe in the Braves.
Yep, Atlanta or New York interchangeable right there.
Yeah.
Like, and then obviously whoever doesn't win that we think has the top wild card spot.
Right.
Then we're going San Diego, and then you guys have the Phillies. I have the Brewers.
I have the Phillies. I wouldn't. Now I will say this: I would not be surprised at all if the Mets like end up winning the division. That wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. Just because they've been really good all year, it's just gonna be hard to catch them.
Yeah. I do think that it is between the Phillies and the Brewers for that last spot. I don't think San Francisco has a leg to stand on at this point. So
Nope, I don't think they do.
I think they're out for sure. Wow.
And they could, Joey Bart just could become the next Buster Posey, tomorrow.
He's been swinging a stick past 2 weeks, bro.
Dude, and I mean Logan Webb could become, like prime Mad Bum. So
he could become what he did at the end of last year. That's for sure.
He was killing it last year.
Yeah, I mean, if you stand toe to toe with the Dodgers in the division series like he did last year.
Hey Kobe, you know what's funny? I drafted Logan Webb in fantasy this year before Justin Verlander.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, we thought he was going to pick.
I took Verlander hoping that he would be like an above average, but now he's probably second or maybe first in most people's eyes in Cy Young voting. Next to Shane McClanahan, who's having a great year for the Rays.
Yep. So, I mean, do you want to talk about a couple matchups on the NL side, or do you want to head over?
Yeah, I think we probably go all the way to the NL, like to see who goes to the World Series, and then let's talk about AL, and then up to the World Series and who we think is going to win.
So first, we talk about the Cardinals. Probably like you guys both said the Phillies, so let's just say Cardinals Phillies.
Okay, so the third division winner plays the worst wild card team. So in your mind, that is the Cardinals and Phillies?
Yes.
You don't think the Brewers are the worst?
Well, I mean, like I think the Brewers, but I figured for the sake of the argument, it's
you don't know it. We want everybody's opinion out here. Hey, we just.
Well, obviously, I think that the Cardinals, winning the division, their lineup just is unmatched. They got the pitch and help at the deadline. If the Cardinals match up with the Brewers, I give them 2 games and it's over 2-0.
All right.
If the Phillies were to make it, I could see a 2-1 series, but I'm still probably taking the Cardinals.
Yeah, okay. I agree. I'd probably take the Cardinals out of both of those matchups. Yep. Either way.
I would have to see what the Phillies hitters do. Because I know just Nolan Wheeler is a good one too.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Their 1-2 is better than the Cardinals 1-2, and the Phillies hitters get hot. Yeah.
Okay. But to be honest with you, a lineup that features Tommy Edman, Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, those are 2 MVP candidates right there that can make it 2-0 in the first.
Harper, Hoskins. I mean, JT's been hot. Hoskins has been hot recently.
Yeah, I mean, hey, JT Realmuto, dude. I don't know when he's gonna be a free agent. It might be. Is JT a free agent next year?
It's close.
Oh, did they already sign him to another extension?
They signed him. I think they re-signed him when they traded him. When they traded for him.
I think that's about to run out though, because that was a while ago.
Is it 5 years?
It's like in the next. I think it's next year. He's a free agent, or maybe he has an opt out next year in the last year of it or something. Maybe.
I think that series is all about the long ball. If the Phillies hit the long ball, they have a chance to win the series.
Yeah, for sure, because the Phillies have the starting pitching that can go 7 or 8 innings in a playoff start, and then you just need one guy to lock it down for one inning.
Yeah.
And I think Syndergaard, he might turn up in the playoffs if he gets that third start.
I'll say this. I hope for the Phillies' sake that Syndergaard does not have to pitch against the Braves in a win-or-go-home situation, because the Braves do not have a problem hitting Syndergaard. And that was when he was throwing 99 sinker. Now he's
You're
96.
talking about the Phillies versus the Cardinals, not the Braves, Homer.
No, I'm saying if they ever meet
I'm
up,
just saying. Keep it on
win or go home,
Homer.
But,
All right, we're over to. I'm guessing we're saying that top wild card spot, the Braves, is what we were kind of.
yeah, it'd be Braves and Padres.
Braves and Padres.
Or
And
Mets and Padres.
and Nick, I liked your point on that the other day of why we thought the Braves would actually win that series. On the pitching end of
Yeah.
things.
On the pitching?
I think the Padres pitching is weak enough that the Braves could kill it in a 2-game series. Really, Joe Musgrove. I think Joe Musgrove could carve the Braves, but I think that Yu Darvish is susceptible to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the Braves are if the Braves get a couple of knocks and maybe a walk in the first and score a couple runs and get up on him early, he's gonna get wild, get tired early. He's gonna get fatigued from throwing all those pitches. And
how many games they play in the wild card too?
And it's a 3-game series, so the first person to win 2 games. Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, I mean, if Snell stays hot, that'll be.
They're 1, 2, 3. Okay, so just tell me out of these 1, 2, and 3s that I would assume would be our 1, 2, and 3s in the postseason. The Braves 1, 2, 3 being Fried, Strider, and Morton, with Wright being the man that comes in if any of those get into big time trouble early. Because I want those 3 I want Morton just because of the postseason experience in a game.
Absolutely. I think the only thing you're talking about is either Wright or Strider. I think Morton definitely takes game 3.
And I prefer Strider in a lineup like San Diego's that is a little bit susceptible to the strikeout because he has that big strikeout stuff, and Wright pitches more to contact than he does. And now, don't get me wrong, Wright still gets his K sometimes, but
are all 3 games played at the same place, or do they switch?
I'm pretty sure all 3 are at the home field in the wild card thing.
Oh, so Truist, all 3 at Truist?
I don't think the Braves lose 3.
I don't think the Braves lose that series at Truist.
Yeah.
If we were in San Diego, I could see, like you said, Musgrove and Fried, that would be a pretty tough one. If you want to say Musgrove was the one.
Oh, Musgrove's definitely the one. For sure.
So, and then I could see, if we're in San Diego, I've seen the Braves struggle against Yu Darvish in San Diego before.
No, I've also seen them struggle against them, but I've also seen them drop, 8 runs on him in Chicago and just kill him.
But packed house and Truist, I'll give it 3 games, but I'm saying 2-1.
I'm saying Braves or Mets beat the Padres probably. I think the pitching is just
that third starter for San Diego is either going to be Clev or Manaea.
Or Snell.
That's true.
But think about it. I think whoever is the top wild card against the Padres, Braves or the Mets. Sorry, the Braves or the Mets. I think they're pitching. Like I think the Mets. Like if a Mets in a 3-game series where they can throw Scherzer and DeGrom in whatever order.
I think I could be 2-0.
I think the Mets
2-0 just because they have those 2 guys.
Yeah.
They're that fortunate to have 2 of the probably top 3 pitchers in baseball right now.
I got the Mets and the Dodgers in the NLCS. So
you got the Mets and the Dodgers in the NLCS.
So I mean, the next thing would be, I guess it would be the Mets against. Oh goodness, I guess it's the Mets against the Cardinals if the Cardinals win, correct?
Yeah.
And the Braves are playing the Dodgers in the division series.
Wait, no. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that right?
Yeah, because because the Cardinals would be the 3. So
that's I'll say this right here. I want to start because I'm anxious to talk about this. If Kershaw's still dealing with his injury bug, Max Muncy still stinks, Cody Bellinger still stinks, and what's his name?
Bueller.
Yeah, that's Bueller. If Bueller's also still hurt,
Yep.
the Braves win that. I think they probably 3-1 them.
I think the Braves own them if they don't get their injuries figured out. No
Yeah,
joke.
if they get
Like,
their
I
injuries
know,
figured out, I think it's 5-game series. I don't know who wins. I
I
want to
know
see the
they.
Braves, but it's probably the Dodgers in
I know
5.
what the Dodgers have done. I know the Dodgers have got the bats.
They're the best team in the league without them.
I know. But look, the past 2 playoff series that the Braves have played against the Dodgers, the pitching for the Braves has overall been better than the pitching for the Dodgers, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think the Braves have been right there with the Dodgers ever since 2019. I think it's been Braves and Dodgers as the top 2 teams in the NL. And I know the Nats won the World Series in 2019. CJ, I'm sorry, but I just think like if it's full on roster versus roster. I think it's Dodgers and Braves, and it has been since 2019. And I think it still is today at full maximum health. I think it is those 2 rosters.
I think we had you in 2019, but
But
Well,
anyway, we may or may not have choked against the
yeah, 3 heads
Cardinals.
monster.
But anyway,
One head monster.
Mike Colton Evans.
2 heads of the monster are kind of.
but so I mean, if we're talking Braves and Dodgers, I think you gotta give it to the Braves. I think you do, just based on recent events.
With the injury bug, I think it's still Braves. I think it's Braves for sure.
Yeah.
And then I think without injury bug, if they get their guys healthy, then it's a 5-game series, and I'm probably gonna say the Dodgers probably win.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to see then how the pitching lined up for each team.
I mean, because
what
they have who's the Dodgers have? They have Tyler Anderson, Tony Gonsolin, and who's the other guys they have?
Without Kershaw and without Bueller. So yeah, Tyler Anderson,
Urias.
Urias.
Yeah, you ain't gonna beat Urias.
Dude, we kill Urias. We were really good against Urias.
I don't give Gonsolin a leg to stand on against the Braves.
Yeah, the Braves normally kill Gonsolin.
Kershaw would beat the Braves.
Yeah,
Bueller,
Kershaw normally
I think Bueller's a toss-up. The Braves have rocked Bueller a couple times.
The Braves have rocked Bueller, and Bueller's also shoved against us, so it's confusing.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dodgers.
Okay. All right. You think Dodgers in 5?
I think they have better roster without it.
I think at full health, Dodgers in 5, as sad as that is to say.
Now,
I think
so the other side, the Mets and the Cardinals.
Mets.
I'd say we all say Mets.
Yeah.
It's just too good. The Grom Scherzer. That's all you gotta say. That's 2-0 right there. So
it's 2-0, and you just it's hard to come down.
Like, okay,
who's the Cardinals 3? Jordan Montgomery.
Maybe Jordan Montgomery might be there too, dude. With Jack Flaherty.
Jose Quintana. Do you think he gets up there?
Dude, if you're 2 and 3 in the playoffs, or Jose Quintana and Jordan Montgomery, I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
And then you got Dakota Hudson.
Yeah.
Wayno might have a postseason, but I
could see them giving him the ball at some point for sure.
Maybe.
Wayno?
Wayno's game 1 for sure.
Yeah, I
was won already.
Yeah.
He's just too much.
And then I think I think whoever wins the Dodgers Braves series goes to the World Series as well.
Yeah. I mean, you've got, not only do you have Scherzer and DeGrom, I don't think any of the other 3 starting pitchers for the Mets have pitched bad. Taijuan Walker has not been bad. Carrasco has not been bad.
Lit up by the Braves.
He got lit up the other day, but like I said, before that,
he had been really good.
That's his worst start of his career, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, but like, I'm just saying that he's been really good. Other than that start, I think he's been pretty consistent this year. Chris Bassett's looked good for him, and so has Carrasco. So everybody's been
Diaz in there shoving.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, you should have what is considered to be, I'd say right now, if you're considering him the second best closer in baseball right now.
He might be
third, maybe third.
First this year, I think.
Who are we talking about?
I mean, talking about Diaz.
Diaz is fine. I'll take Diaz this year. I'll take Diaz over
this year. I'm taking Diaz over anyone, probably just because of
blow
up.
Yeah.
Man, Diaz has been on the mission.
I was gonna say Hader Diaz.
Trumpets.
Okay, so let's say everybody's healthy, everybody's good. That means it would be Dodgers, Mets. Who you taking in the NLCS?
Dodgers, probably.
It depends who has home field advantage.
No,
it would be
for me, you know what kills it for me? I think if the Cardinals make them go to a game 5 and get rid of Scherzer to where he can only pitch once, in an NLCS, that really hurts the Mets. So the Dodgers probably win that.
Yeah, but I don't think the Cardinals will pick the Mets 5 games.
That's true.
I'd say 4 games max. 4 games max
I
out of
say
that
4
series.
games max on that too.
I do think the Dodgers could put, even if the Mets put up a fight, I think the Dodgers push the Mets to at least 6 or 7 games. And I think the depth of the Dodgers might take over then at that point.
Yeah, but I think
I'm going Dodgers in 6 against the Mets.
I'm gonna go Mets in 7, maybe 6. Yeah, I mean, they've been so good.
Mets
I
all
know the
the
Dodgers
way.
are Dodgers, and I hate the Mets.
This guy's a
But-
Mets truther.
Yeah, for real.
I hate the Mets, but I've watched them play us, and I know we're bad, but like
They're tough.
So,
I mean,
they're a good ball club. You know,
if
like
they're going to do it, they need to do it now.
Yeah.
because I mean, Scherzer and DeGrom, that's the best 1-2 punch in the league, man. Like,
Oh yeah, that's probably the best 1-2 punch ever. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, like I mean, and you got Walker and Bassett.
You have what?
Who are aces anywhere else, pretty much.
You have 5 Cy Youngs between them.
Yeah.
In your
But
1-2
I think
punch.
if there's a team that stares at a 2-0 and says, it's the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, if the Dodgers don't have starting pitching after they're 1-2, though. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true. If the Dodgers go down 2-0 and they've used Urias and whoever like their number 2 would be,
Right.
they're done. Yeah, they're done for sure. They're out of it.
I think the Dodgers do have better hitters, but the Mets pitching is overwhelming.
All right.
American
One
League.
day, I guess.
Start with the East.
The East, I've got the Yankees winning it. I mean, they're so far ahead. I don't think they could blow it really.
Yeah, it'd be hard to. It'd be really hard.
Yeah, I don't think any of us disagree that the Yankees are going to win.
I've got the Blue Jays finishing second and having the top wild card spot.
Okay. I do have the Yankees finishing first, but I think if the Rays can get back Glasnow and Bats.
Okay.
Yes,
if they can get Glasnow and Bats
If they
back,
can get them 2 boys back, they're gonna take Toronto.
I have the Rays second as well. Like I believe too
Come
much
on,
in the Rays and what they do every single year, man. The Rays are always there.
Now,
They're always ready for the postseason.
And God forbid Randy Arozarena shows up.
oh Lord.
Oh, buddy.
Hey, they just got Peralta in a trade. Listen,
Dude, I guarantee
guy
they
gets
can turn
hot.
him into a sweat stain against Ryan.
Man gets hot during the post, guaranteed.
The freight train. Shout out to Bengal.
Listen, don't get me started on G-Man Choi. Don't get me started on G-Man,
Always
bro.
a
He's gonna come up with
G-Man
what?
No, G-Man Choi is not a difference maker.
But now I will say I think the Blue Jays and the Rays both make the playoffs. I think that the Rays, I got the Rays in the top wild card spot.
I had the Rays in the number 2 wild card.
I got the Jays in the number 2. So
okay, so we're close. We're close minded there. They're playing each other.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean that division, the Orioles, next year.
Yeah.
Then the Red Sox.
Next year, dude.
The
I
Red
think
Sox.
the Red Sox probably don't make the playoffs.
They
They're
don't.
shot.
They don't. But I don't think that you can just write them off for next year by any means. They got the players.
I don't know, but they're losing JD Martinez if they don't sign him back, and they've got to pay Xander as well. So they lose those 2 guys. They're definitely
not pay Xander
out of
yet.
it in my mind.
Yeah. Well, we've only got 10 minutes, so we might want to move to another division here.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hold on. Let's talk about the Orioles for a second. The Orioles are a game and a half out of a wild card spot right now. Do they or do they not get in? What do you boys think?
No.
Get in?
No, I think they accepted that they don't even really mind to not.
They don't want to win. They traded away the Trey Mancini and
the heart and soul.
Yeah, literally.
I'll agree with y'all. So, all right, let's talk about the Central. I think so. There's one game separating the Twins and the Guardians right now. So who's taking that?
I'm gonna go
Twins just because of the moves they made at the deadline for pitching depth.
Yeah,
you can't argue pitching down the stretch, and they do have the young stud bats. I think they need to have and enough pop to win the division.
For sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
And unless Dylan Cease is going to pitch every game for the White Sox, I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to have.
Dylan Cease is a different kind of animal, but them not having Lance Lynn all year, he's pitched okay in a couple of his starts, and he's pitched really well in a couple of his starts. But
He's been
if
really
he can
bad
find
too.
that consistency he had last year, I think they could make a push towards that third wild card spot, but I still don't know if they get there just because they did nothing at the deadline.
Yeah. They're 3 games out of it right now. They're 3 games out right now.
3 games is doable for sure with this much time left.
Some guys are going to have to get healthy for them to make their push.
Yeah.
I just think the Twins got that. For sure.
Yeah.
But Guardians, I just don't think they made any moves at the deadline.
I don't even have them in the playoffs.
No, me either. I don't have them even making they're only 2 games out of the third wild card spot, but I just don't. I think they get further away as we go.
Yeah, probably.
And then obviously Royals and Tigers, they sold.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we're saying I'm saying the Twins get in, and I don't have anybody else from the division.
Yeah, I've got the Twins being division winners. Yeah, being the worst division winner.
Yep. And so we're heading out west.
Yep. I've got the Astros winning the division, and I've got the Mariners taking the third wild card spot.
Exactly. And I think that you've got to say it because the Mariners went out and got the best pitcher at the deadline, Castillo. And I just pitching talks.
Huge.
I think
Beautiful.
In the back half of the season here, down the stretch, pitching talks. And I think the Mariners did what they needed to do to get in.
Right.
I think they're going to take the second wild card spot.
And George Kirby has really.
You got him in the second wild card spot.
Who you got in the third? Do you have Blue Jays 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. I can see it. I could see it.
I'll be honest with y'all. I could see any mix up of those 3 wild cards. Really, I think those are probably the 3 teams that get in.
But hey, listen though, if Tampa does not get Baz or Glasnow back, they'll be the third one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
But I think we are in agreement that it's those 3 teams. It's the Jays, it's the Rays, and it's the Mariners.
Yeah.
Just because the Mariners went out during the offseason and got who they needed to get to make this push at the end already. Right. They just needed to shore up the pitching, and they did.
And they did hold down.
Yeah. But I mean, Astros are going away in that division. You hate it for the Rangers went out and got a couple guys. You hate it for them. They just haven't had it. I feel like they need some arms in the offseason. They need some arms in the offseason is what the Rangers need.
I mean, they went and committed $500 million, to their middle infield, but they completely forgot about pitching other than John Gray. And John Gray is a great 3-man in a rotation or a 4-man maybe.
No. I say he's a decent too. Sometimes.
I mean, would he look good on a team like the Marlins? Like he would be a good number 2 for the Marlins. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But like on the Braves, I would probably rather have Fried, Wright, and Strider than him. He would probably be our 4, and then or our 5 with behind Morton. I don't know yet.
Okay. So we decided that the Twins were the 3rd division winner, right?
Yep.
Third place division winner. So that would put them playing. I think 2 of us had the Mariners there.
Me and you had the Mariners, Colby. Yeah.
So either the Mariners or what seems to be maybe the Blue Jays. I don't know, but let's just say Mariners. Let's say
I'll be honest with
Mariners.
you. I think the Twins lose first round to either of those teams.
Yeah.
I think the Twins lose first round to any combination of the other wild card teams.
Yeah. Everybody else has just got they've just got too much star power for the Twins.
Yeah, right. And the Twins have a young. Oh, I love watching Joe Ryan pitch. He is just a good pitcher, and he looks very, very polished.
He's just not there yet.
And he looks so polished when he's pitching, and he has a changeup that is actually developed as a young starter, and that can be extremely, extremely effective because changeups are, in my mind, the hardest pitch to hit.
Now, if it does come true, what we just said, and the Mariners take that 3rd wild card spot, the Blue Jays and Rays could be a killer wild card series for 3 games.
I think it all depends on what Kevin Gausman does in game 1. If Kevin Gausman shoves, the Blue Jays aren't losing 2 straight.
Yeah.
Well, if McClanahan shoves game 1 too.
Yeah, you got to.
I think with all the right-handed star power, I think they could light up Shane McClanahan. Think about it: Bo Bichette, Teoscar Hernandez, Vlad Jr., Gurriel Jr.
Well, all those guys are righties better besides Teoscar, I think.
Do what?
All those guys hit righties better than Teoscar. Other than Teoscar, all the guys hit righties better. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, still though, but it's all of those righties. One of them's bound to run into one.
Yeah.
Now
I do worry about that Jays bullpen. I know they added Bass, they added Pop, but that Jays bullpen just does not make me feel good.
What's that dude's name? Ramon. What's his name?
Romano.
Jordan Romano. And he's been okay. Yeah, I understand, but
okay.
It's just the Rays, man. Just the Rays doing what they do.
The Rays scrap. They're another team that just finds a way to win games.
They just find pieces and just put them in.
I'm going to say Rays in 3 games. Rays in 3 games.
Who's the Rays 2 right now?
Right now, probably Klubot.
Let's just get up. I would say the Rays sweep in 2 games if McClanahan does good game 1, and they do a bullpen game 2.
Okay.
You think
and maybe like you said, maybe Glasnow or Baz comes back and pitches the first 3 innings or something.
Maybe, or even Rasmussen or Springs comes in, throw 3 innings.
Both of those guys have looked pretty decent this year too. They've been pretty good.
Because I know they're not like long workhorses, and if you give them 3 or 4 innings, I feel like they'll each hold their own.
All right, Absolutely. We only got 2 minutes left, so we better get down to who's winning these division series.
So I guess who's
top seed? Yankees, Astros.
I've got Astros top seed.
Oh, me too.
They're half a game behind the Yankees right now.
We'll go with the Astros top seed then. So the Astros would go against the Mariners.
I've got Astros because the Mariners just find they just have a hard time beating the Astros. They just
Robbie Ray gets.
The Mariners, can't beat that every time.
Yeah, and I don't think either the Rays or the Blue Jays are beating the Yankees.
No, I think it's Astros Yankees again. Yeah,
I think it's been Astros Yankees. For a while.
Yeah.
Who do you guys got, Astros or Yankees?
I got the Yanks winning.
I hope they do.
I'm gonna go.
I hope they do too. I feel like Judge.
I think it's time.
I want to
go Yankees. Yeah, I'm gonna go Yankees get paid back in Judge's last year.
Last year, where's he going?
It could be.
He's going to be right here next year.
Man, it could be an all New York World Series, boys. That's what.
Subway Series, World Series, and the Mets lose. I'm so.
Didn't that happen like a long time ago?
Huh?
Didn't that happen a long time ago?
Probably at some point. I mean, it's bound to. I mean, they're both very good franchises. They've been very successful.
Yeah.
It's been a while since the Mets had some success, but
they're the Mets. Mets are good at Mets.
Well, boys.
Who you got winning it all? No.
Who's winning it all?
I've got the Yankees this year. I'm gonna take the Yankees this year.
I'm gonna go Astros.
Who you got, CJ?
Wait, did I say I had the Yankees winning against the Astros?
Yes.
We better hurry.
I got the Mets winning it all.
Got the Mets.
He's got the Mets winning it all.
Do.
Oh,
all right, Nick, we gotta wrap it.
All right. Hey.